All right, so Roblox has issued multiple responses today, directly talking about Schlep and a couple of other things, but they've also released a bunch of other updates that are absolutely terrible. Dude, today is just not a good day for Roblox. Let's go over it. Subscribe, okay? If you've already subscribed before you clicked on this video, thank you. It means a lot. And let's just move on to the first story, which just happens to be something that you probably don't care about. Check out the chapters in the description, but it's the takeover, because even more stuff has been leaked about the takeover, and it's kind of making it seem like it might be bad again. I don't know, because Roblox released this tweet right here saying, spotted new accessories to take over the tag town in style. Join the takeover daily September 12th to 22nd to unlock every look, with a gift that scrolls through a bunch of different new items that I guess weren't leaked before but are now coming out. So in my last video, I talked about all of the leaked items for this new event, and none of the items in the gift that Roblox tweeted were in those leaks. So I don't know what these items are for, but honestly, a lot of these items are not terrible. I kind of like a lot of them, and honestly, it doesn't seem bad. It's just the avatars they use. This is the main thing that people are complaining about. Most of the people in the comments are talking about how the items are good. So yeah, people don't really care about that. But there is also comments talking about the terrible avatars. Like this guy shows up again from the original marketing material. Like why does he exist? Regardless, let's move on to the next story, which just happens to be something that is actually negative. And it's an update that is going to make this specific Roblox item more expensive, I guess. So here's a tweet from Rollimons that says, Roblox has set the price floor for classic faces at 75 Robux, meaning all faces under 75 Robux originally are now more expensive. Now, if you're not in the know, price floors are basically the minimum price an item can be, and they're all different for every single item type on Roblox. So hats and hairs and, you know, back accessories, they all have different price floors. And basically this price floor will adjust with time and like demand. So the more people are buying a certain type of item on Roblox, the higher that price will go and the higher that price floor will go. And people hate this update. It's been applied for approximately a year and a half now on most items, but it seems like today they have finally taken the jump and put it on classic faces for some reason. And it just really shocks me because I remember like a year or two ago, Roblox was saying they were going to remove classic faces, but I guess they gave up on that mission and are now just making, you know, classic faces adhere to price floors and whatnot. Yeah, pretty lame, pretty stupid. A lot of people are pretty mad in the comments about this. And this also maybe means that maybe Roblox could be investing more time and effort into classic faces. So potentially maybe we could see UGC classic faces coming soon, which maybe could make sense. I mean, Roblox did go on that big spree, like I think a month ago, where they banned a bunch of 2D faces that UGC creators were uploading. So maybe they're going to make it official. You never know. But regardless, this update stinks. You know, faces are now a lot more expensive. You know, faces that were like 10 Robux, 6 Robux, they're now minimum 75, bro. Absolutely bonkers. Nobody's happy with this update. And we can now move on to the next story, which is also seemingly pretty bad because Roblox apparently reached out to Schlep in many different ways. I'm going to be showing them all off here, and we'll get to Schlep's response and exactly why people are mad. Now, this all kind of starts off with not the AMA yesterday, but I'm going to talk about the AMA first because RBX Rocketman, aka Matt Kaufman, officially talked about Schlep and said his name. So as you can see in the AMA that happened yesterday, Roblox actually answered a lot of questions that we didn't expect them to answer, such as this one from Spork that says, I understand Schlep was sent a cease and desist for vigilante actions. However, a trusted flagger program does exist. Is there any chance that Schlep and his team would become trusted flaggers? And surprisingly, Matt Kaufman actually responded to this, saying, we actually reached out to Schlep over 2 weeks ago, which is an interesting time frame because if we think back 2 weeks ago, Roblox was consistently and constantly calling Schlep a vigilante. Well, not by name, but they were really going hard on that whole vigilante rule. So, I mean, I kind of understand why Schlep wouldn't reach out back to them with all of this because like literally at that time they were super duper gung-ho about vigilantes not existing on the platform. Like I literally think 2 weeks ago they released their like podcast thing, no, where they go into more details and like double down on everything they were doing. So like I don't know, kind of weird timing, but regardless, let's keep reading because it says that they reached out 2 weeks ago to discuss a path to work together, and we heard back yesterday via a post on X, which I'll get into in a second, and a letter to our law firm. We continue to be open to good faith discussion. Partnering with the community of passionate creators, influencers, and experts in the space is our vision, Community Safety Council, and we currently are accepting applications for the inaugural council. These are big words, guys, and I'm not very smart. Regardless, though, he just goes on to the Trusted Flagger program and how it's invite only and how potentially maybe the Schlep could work with Roblox if he responds to them. But now let's move on to the actual tweet that came out, and then I'll actually move on to the news story that had Schlep mentioned, David Bazuki responding to it, because this was Schlep's response response to Roblox actually reaching out to them as of a couple weeks ago, because his response only came out yesterday. And it says, Roblox actually reached out to me as a PR stunt. If they want a genuine dialogue, they must act in good faith and acknowledge the victims of their platform. Now, this got 11,000 likes, and he basically just shows off his legal team's response to Roblox. So this isn't Roblox's response to Schlep. It's actually Schlep's legal team's response to Roblox's response. As you can see by the actual post, it's a response to Roblox's unauthorized communications with our client. Because yeah, apparently Roblox reached out like personally to Schlep, not through his lawyers, and that was a pretty big thing. Regardless, I don't really want to read this whole thing because I don't really know if it goes into much details. Now, everybody is obviously mad at Roblox for this because, you know, it seems as they're just only reaching out to fix their reputation and whatnot, and that's kind of most of the replies on this. And it also gets a little bit worse when you realize that David Baszucki actually was on the news and actually talked about Schlep. I guess still not by name, but it was clearly about him.
Think about this though, because this is a very passionate issue among your user base and your community, and they find stuff too. And it was a big controversy when you kicked this guy off the platform.
Yeah, we want to highlight.
How should they be thinking about that?
Yeah, we want to highlight really. We have no tolerance for people who don't follow our policies. And so, for example, we don't allow people on our platform to impersonate other people or to do other things on our platform. We're really consistent. But I want to highlight. We've reached out to Schlep. We've reached out to the general. We love their feedback and input to how to scale our systems.
Yeah, Dave Baszucki is saying we love Schlep. That's why we sent him a cease and desist, and we said that he can't play on the platform anymore. We love him. We love his feedback. So yeah, you can kind of see like there's just like this weird like two-faced energy. I mean, I do think that maybe people should be a little bit more open to Roblox actually reaching out to Schlep, because maybe that's how these issues get fixed. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too nice here. Maybe I don't understand, but I do think it is a little weird when, you know, Dave Baszucki goes on the news and, you know, says, oh, we love Schlep, yet you literally tried suing him. But yeah, that's kind of the main things that have happened over the past couple of days. It really does seem like Roblox is mentioning Schlep by name. He's no longer a boogeyman to them. But the sad reality of it is that Schlep isn't open to a conversation with them until they kind of acknowledge like, hey, our platform has a problem. And I don't think Roblox would ever admit that. I mean, I think that's kind of what they've spent the past couple months dodging. Because if they do say that, then that kind of just opens the floodgates, you know what I mean? But now I do want to know though, like what steps need to happen now? Like Schlep kind of did say like, oh, Roblox has to do this, but like what is Roblox's best course of action? Because it is kind of like all up in the air, because if they're not allowed to reach out, if they're not allowed to do this or that, what are they supposed to do? I'm actually very curious, because from what I remember like 2 weeks ago, the main sentiment was that if Roblox just unbans Schlep and starts fixing the platform, people would be happy. Now granted, they haven't done that, and they seemingly haven't even tried to do that, because their apparent like reach out to Schlep wasn't in talks about unbanning him. It was just about working with him. But like, what exactly needs to happen, man? I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys mad at Roblox? Listen, man, I do think it's weird. Like, I don't like how Dave Baszucki went on the news and was like acting like he's all buddy-buddy with Schlep. Like, oh yeah, I actually love what he does. He gives us awesome feedback. When the reality of it is like they are not. They don't like each other at all. And for the last thing I want to say, also that we don't exactly know what Roblox said to Schlep. We just can kind of infer from what Schlep's lawyers responded to Roblox with. Like, for example, in Roblox's lawyer's response to Roblox, it says, Matt Kaufman contacted Schlep directly late last month, soliciting a conversation about platform safety and how the company might keep Schlep active in the Roblox community. They go into more details in this, talking about what kind of was said in their response and what they said to Schlep and whatever. But again, we don't know exactly how Roblox worded this. Maybe they worded it weird. Maybe they worded it mean or rude. Or maybe they worded it like perfect people. Literally don't know. And we can now move on to the next story, which is also not good, because Roblox apparently banned themselves, I guess. So as you can see, I saw a couple posts about this saying, Roblox moments deleted, question mark, with a screenshot from the Roblox resources group, where it shows off that if you went to join Roblox moments a couple days ago, it would have actually been completely deleted off of the platform, because Roblox's moderation is seemingly so automated that it just straight up bans themselves. Now, I assume what happened here is people found inappropriate Roblox moments on this game, and they reported it like through the in-game report feature instead of the actual like Roblox moments report feature. And then Roblox's AI moderation got tripped up and accidentally banned their own game. Very funny stuff that this is even available to happen on a platform like this. And going into the comments, you can see a bunch of other people saying similar stuff, such as, I got the same thing when I joined. I think they accidentally deleted their own game due to AI moderation, which, so yeah, actually insane. What is Roblox doing? And we can now move on to the next story, which is also another crazy thing, because you guys know the whole avatar reporting thing that I talked about in my last video. Well, apparently it's not getting any better. As you can see, there's a plethora of posts about this that I'm just going to talk about that say stuff like this. My alt got a 1-day ban and an avatar reset, even though it wasn't inappropriate, with a screenshot showing off what his account got reset to, which is this avatar. And then it shows off what his avatar looked like before, which is absolutely normal, bro. Look at this guy's avatar. The most normal Roblox avatar I've ever seen in my life, and he got banned for it. And yeah, he even got an email about it apparently that that says, our moderation team has reset your avatar because it violates our community standards. This person got banned for having a grandma avatar. As you can see, here's the post about it saying, how is my avatar bad? With 2 screenshots showing off that their avatar was just a grandma. But then on top of that, a day later after they got unbanned, they got banned once again for the same exact avatar. Now, this is not a small instance. This has been happening a lot over the past couple of days where people are getting falsely banned for having inappropriate avatars on Roblox. And this is all happening on top of the last thing that happened. You don't know, go watch my last video. It'll be on the screen right now, where people are actually using hacks to make you wear bad avatars that you don't even actually own. It's crazy.